Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Comics with another installment of Old and Busted or New Hotness. Been a while since we've done these, so the idea is basically comparing an older version of an older HeroClix figure with a more recent counterpart, which more recent and equal counterpart. Sometimes it's a case of, maybe, well, this is the last version of this figure that was put out. Here's a new version of this figure, and we'll compare it to the most recent previous version. Other times, that's for a specific character. Other times, though, it's something like this, where we have a specific version of a character, and we're comparing the two. In fact, the last time we did was also focusing on Wonder Woman. So this time we will be comparing the two versions of Bombshell Wonder Woman. So, Bombshell Wonder Woman, the idea behind the bombshells was if I remember, I want to say they started off as a line of DC Direct statues that were inspired by, I want to say, 1940s pinup art. And almost every major, I think a very large number of DC Comics superhero heroines have been reimagined in this line, and a few super villainesses. The line was popular enough that it has actually become part. The Earth that they're from is actually part of, now at least was part of the DC multiverse, and there was, I think, a miniseries devoted to the bombshells. So, anyway, way back in Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls, we got a bombshell sub-theme. We got Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Batwoman, Batgirl, Stargirl, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Mira, Zatanna. I think that's all of them. And then there were some convention exclusive ones. Raven, Hot Girl. Rebirth gave us Black Canary. And in the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary set, we actually got a second Bombshell Wonder Woman. So I figured, why not compare the two? So first off, let's take a look at the Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls Wonder Woman. The only downside to that sculpt is the arm. The arm raise looks good. It works for the character, but it's also set up like this. So yeah, it's not a bad thing, not a great thing. I kind of feel like this sculpt would probably look a lot better in the new scale. So, Bombshell Wonder Woman comes in at 120 points. She has the Amazon, Bombshells, Soldier, and Warrior keywords. We also have two traits. First off is a trait that was shared by all of the Bombshells before the new Bombshell Wonder Woman. That trait being simply Bombshell. When Wonder Woman makes an attack targeting an opposing character, give her a Bombshell token. As a free action, if she has two action tokens, remove 2 Bombshell tokens, then make a close attack. Okay, I really like this, and in fact, to be perfectly honest, the new rules kind of provide a bit of an improvement for a lot of the bombshells, because with no pushing damage, they're more likely to have 2 action tokens, so they can attack, potentially speaking, every turn. And I think that's great. Then her second trait, fight in close quarters. Combat reflexes. When Wonder Woman is hit by a range attack, you may remove a number of bombshell tokens up to the damage dealt by the attack. After resolutions, each adjacent opposing character is dealt X damage, where X is the number of bombshell tokens you removed. Okay, all right. Nice little, you know, it's a nice little way to try and keep a, you know, try to keep a swarm away from you. Now, to be fair though, trading combat reflexes with an anti-swarm technique, it's like, it does kind of seem a little redundant. As, well, more often than not, if you got combat reflexes, chances are you're not gonna have that. You're not gonna get, you know, bombarded with people up close. You're more likely to have people come trying to take shots at you. So, but at the same, and with that trait, it's quite likely that no one is going. The only thing that the only opposing figures that will be put within close attack range would be, well, characters with giant reach. Let's see. Then, looking at her dial, we open up with, you know, a few clicks of charge, then the rest is sidestep. On attack, we get a few clicks of super strength, then nothing for the rest of the dial. Combat values, those 2 clicks with a 9 attack are, yeah, they're a little. Now, admittedly, the close combat expert on them really, you know, basically says now those up close at least, those are now 10s, but still, yeah. Then we've got some invulnerability, or invincible, I mean. We've got invulnerability and we've got toughness. Now that'll kind of help with that fight in close quarters, as fight in close quarters states that it's damage dealt. So, for example, if you if she was attacked by, say, the Tri-Sentinel here, who has on his opening click, that's a printed 6. Yeah, a printed 6 for damage. Well, because of her invincible, she's gonna, you know, she can. It's like, okay, well, she's still dealt 6 damage, but she reduces to at least 2 of it. Actually, let's see if that changed her right quick. Okay, yeah. Then instead she will take 4 damage as opposed to 6. But if Bombshell Wonder Woman had 6 bombshell tokens on her, she could remove all 6 of them and deal 6 damage to each adjacent opposing character. But the trick would be convincing, you know, trying to get that many characters adjacent. So, yeah. It's a neat idea, it's just probably not too plausible. That is then followed on damage. We open with a special power Battle Leader, which grants leadership. When Wonder Woman uses that for resolutions, you may roll a d6 for each other friendly character with the bombshells or soldier keywords within 4 squares in line of fire. If she has 2 tokens, you may also roll for her. On a 6, remove all action tokens from that character, and it modifies attack by +1 until your next turn. Okay, alright. So, that's really cool. To be perfectly, I can forgive the implausibility of the fight in close quarters trait just for that. But yeah, we get 3 clicks of that, followed up by Close Combat Expert. Okay, all right. So, I would say the only problem with this anymore would be she's a little pricier than she she could cost less, basically. Next up, we have the new Bombshell Wonder Woman. Now, I will. Yeah, it does appear there was a issue with. Maybe there was probably something went wrong with the sculpting process. It happens. So, the new Bombshell Wonder Woman comes in at either 100 points or 50 points. Has the Wonder Woman ally and JSA team abilities, as well as the Amazon, Bombshells, Justice League, Justice Society, Pass, and Warrior keywords. We also have 2 traits. First off is Champion of Themyscira, Wonder Woman's bracelets. Wonder Woman may start the game with any Wonder Woman equipment equipped. If equipped with Wonder Woman's bracelets, when she's targeted by a ranged attack, increases the result of her super senses roll by an additional +1. Okay. So, since her only super senses is going to be from the team ability, basically she gets regular super senses. Okay. Then we've got another trait. She can do it. Friendly characters with woman or girl in their name, or that have the bombshell keyword, can't be given action tokens by opposing effects or have their combat values negatively modified by opposing effects. Okay, that's also nice. That is a nice, that's nice too. So looking at her dial though, the top half of the dial on speed is charge, bottom half is sidestep. If you start her at 50 points, then she gets 1 click of charge and the rest is sidestep. Nothing on attack. On defense, we open up with impervious, which then gives way to invulnerability, which then gives way to toughness. Damage, we have a full run of leadership, which in all honesty is actually kind of nice. Also, the combat values are a little nicer. Only 2 10s and they're on the back end, at the tail end. Mostly 11s with a 12 to start with. So, how do they stack up? Well, I do kind of feel like the bombshell trait and the battle leader special power do a lot of work for the old Wonder Woman. If I were to do the perfect bombshell Wonder Woman, would probably be the original, using the one from Harley Gotham Girls, replace the attack values with the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary version. Knock her down to 100 points and take out fight in close quarters and replace it with She Can Do It. But even with the increased cost and the not so great combat values, I kind of have to, or attack values at least, I kind of have to go with the one from Harley and the Gotham Girls. That bombshell trait is just too perfect. Being able to effectively attack on every turn, oof. Yeah, that works very nicely. I mean, don't give me they both have their perks, but yeah, a potential free attack every third turn. Yeah, okay, all right. That said, a big problem that the bombshell token trait does have is that it specifies a close attack. So you have to keep opposing figures adjacent. So yeah. Now that said, you can equip her with various things such as the octopus arms, which would give her giant reach and flurry. So but yeah, there are also some other pieces of equipment that could help, like Executioner's Axe, or the Blood Axe, I should say. Ooh. Yeah, excuse me. Most of the, some of the Infinity Gems will also work nicely. Soul Gem would. She's got decent. She's got good defense, a good defense value to start with, but she could definitely have a higher one. So the Soul Gem would work for that. Of course, the Power Gem would work great to give her Close Combat Expert on all clicks of her dial. But as she already has it on most of her dial, I'd be a little hesitant there. Time Gem for probability control. There are options. But yeah, it is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Really getting into it, but yeah, the Harley the Gotham Girls Bombshell Wonder Woman wins out, largely because of the Bombshell trait and the fact that she can if she's got enough allies within 4 squares in line of fire, she could potentially speaking remove a lot of action tokens. So, which is always nice to see. Anyway, that's all for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard.